Okay, I will explain one more round for this question. All the information which I have put into here. Chan and Fong are in partnership sharing profit and loss in the ratio 2 to 1. So Chan is 2, Fong is 1. Interest is allowed on the capital at the rate of 5% per annum. Interest on capital 5%. So based on the capital they have, this is the interest on capital. Later on we need to record. It will appear in the appropriation account and also the current account. The next one, interest on drawing is 5% also, which is based on their drawing amount in here, 6,000 and 10,000. So the interest charge on the drawing is 300 and 500. Next is that Fong receives salary 10,000. So this is 10,000 for Fong. So all this information, it will help you when you come to the appropriation account and current account. Next is that this is from the trial balance, the information given. Okay, for this bank loan interest, in here we have two amounts that you need to watch out for the loan. One is 8% loan repayable, 200,000. Another is the bank loan interest. This is the amount paid. You are debiting the interest on loan, 9,000 in here. But 1 year, how much that we got to supposed to pay? 8% times 200,000, which is 16,000. So 16,000, this is the income statement amount, which is we should recognize as expenses. Next, the differences between expenses amount, income statement amount, and the amount paid, the difference 7,000 is your accrued interest, which is your liability that you need to put into the statement of financial position under current liability section, other payable. So this information to take notes. Next is that, okay, additional information, closing inventory, 38,000 from here. And next, number 2 information, the motor vehicle expenses are to be apportioned 1 quarter to collecting goods for resales and 3 quarter to deliver goods to customer. The word used in here, collecting goods for resales, this is trying to tell you that this is a carriage inward. The cost that you pay for this motor vehicle expenses is referred to carriage inward, which is this carriage inward is under cost of sales, which is 1 quarter of it. Another 3 quarter, which is delivery goods to customer. Another accounting word we call carriage outward, which is the expenses. So 3 quarter of the total. Next, half of the Fong 10,000 salary have been paid to him and posted to the wages and salary account. So your this amount, number 4. Okay, wait, sorry, number 3 forgot to mention. At 30th April 2014, heat and light 750 was accrued. Accrued, you have to plus into the income, accrued you have to plus, okay? But prepaid you have to minus in order to get the total amount for the expenses. Additional information in here, this heat and light accrued, this will be the liability. Whether office expenses prepaid, this is the other receivable under current asset. This both amount will appear in the statement of financial position. And to find your total for the income statement expenses, accrued you have to plus, prepaid you have to minus. Next, half of the Fong 10,000 salary have been paid to him and posted to the wages and salary account. So your double entry by right, the salary should go to the appropriation account, but we go to put into the wages and salary. And this amount already paid. Before paid, if the amount is before paid, let me put in if the partner salary have not paid. So this double entry will be debit appropriation account and credit current account. This is when we didn't pay. But now they say they pay 50%. So in this case, the amount paid for partner salary, we have to debit current account and credit bank. So this is the amount we should pay, but we go and accidentally put into the wages and salary. So that's why these wages and salary have to reverse 5,000 and put into the current account, phone account. So this is the adjustment we need to make. Next is that fixture and fitting cost 2,000, purchased by check on 20th April 2014, has not been recorded in the book. So this amount is a new purchase, double entry, debit, fixture and fitting. This is non-current asset, and then credit bank. Depreciation, motor vehicle is 25% using reducing balance. Reducing balance method, the formula is taking the cost minus provision for depreciation. This is the net book value times 25%. Without fixture and fitting, because of this number 5 adjustment, so we have to plus another 2,000 before we calculate using the straight line method. Straight line method is taking cost times the percentage. The next 7, the trade receivable contain a debt of 7,500, which consider irrecoverable. That means this is irrecoverable debt. Your double entry is debit irrecoverable debt and credit the trade receivable. So this amount is appear as expenses. Next, before you calculating the provision for doubtful debt, your provision for doubtful debt, if additional, okay, I need to highlight about the provision for doubtful debt. Provision for doubtful debt. If additional information has irrecoverable debt, trade receivable have to minus irrecoverable debt in additional information, and then times percentage given. Okay, so this is the information you need to take note about the provision for doubtful debt and the irrecoverable debt. If you have additional information from the question, so you take notes that your adjustment to be made. Your adjustment to be made must be take the trade receivable minus the additional information amount times the percentage. This amount is to find the balance carried out in the statement of financial position. And then to find your income statement, which is either is expenses or other income, depending on your balance carried out or balance worked out. If expenses, then you will have the balance carried out more than the balance brought down. If other income, if your provision for doubtful debt other income, means that your balance can carry down calculation less than your balance brought down. So this is the differences. In accounting, when we put into expenses, if your carry down more, we say increase in provision for doubtful debt. Okay, another is this one, balance carry down lesser, we call decrease in provision for doubtful debt. So there is a double entry that you need to take notes when you prepare the provision for doubtful debt and the irrecoverable debt. Okay, so basically all this information have given. Okay, I will list down all the items to be prepared in the income statement, and then after that appropriation account. Come to the amount, I still want you to practice yourself after the class or whatever, so that at least you really go into it. Okay, now I put in all the information that in this question that we have. Chart and form, income statement, and appropriation account for the year ended 30th April 2014. Okay, normally in the question depend on how much information given. If the information not much, 2 column for the dollar sign up. But this question is quite a lot of information given based on the item in here. So it's safe that we open 3 columns, so that in case we have any adjustment, then we got the space to put in. Okay, the first thing for the income statement always is the revenue come first. So your revenue section, revenue. Okay, your revenue, you have this one, and then also they say return from customer. This is trying to tell you that it's a sales return. So you have to minus sales return to get the net sales to put into it. So this amount or the amount, whatever number, you have to find yourself. Okay, next, less cost of sales. Okay, our cost of sales, we have opening inventory. This one, inventory at 1st May 2013. Inventory at 1st May 2013. Next is our purchases. Okay, and then what else that we have in this question? Here we have return to supplier, which is purchases return. So we have to minus purchases return. And next is that in the additional information, just now they're talking about the carriage inward. Carriage inward is under cost of sales. So we have to put in cost under the cost of sales. This carriage inward is a cost, so you have to plus carriage inwards. Okay, next, what else that we have is the last one, inventory at 30th April 2014. So try to get used to the format. Okay, next is that you get the net amount. This one plus minus all this. This one you can do it in here, and then put the net amount in here. Whereas your this inventory in here, after you get these 2 amount, the last one will be your less inventory. Inventory at 30th April 2014. Put into here. Then you will get your cost of sales. Okay, so this one, if you want to put into here, that is fine. Final amount put into here, that is also fine. If you want to put it here, also fine. Then this one straight away put into here. Okay, you want to put all in here, also can, but take note whether it's a plus or minus. Okay, the next one that you need to put is a gross profit. So your gross profit is taking your net sales minus your cost of sales. And this question, is there any other information related to the other income? Let's check whether got other income or not. Your provision. Okay, this is also expenses. Then in this case, this question don't have the other income. We can straight away minus expenses. This is the header. This is also a header. So this is called account section. Account section. What are the expenses that we have? We look from the trial balance first. See which one item related to the expenses. Office expenses, motor vehicle expenses. So office expenses, motor vehicle expenses, and then what else? Selling expenses, wages and salary. Selling expenses and wages and salary. Okay, next is that heat and light. Heat and light. Okay, next is bank loan interest, but don't write pay, just write bank loan interest, because the amount you're taking is not the pay amount, it's the total for the year. Bank loan interest. Okay, interest. Okay, next is what else that we have? Okay, here provision for doubtful debt, and then okay, all this information. Adjustment later you look into yourself how much to be put into the. Okay, wait, let me see. Sorry, singing. I explain how we know that. Okay, singing question is that how we know that where to put the amount. As I say just now, if the question is simple, basically 2 column enough. But looking at this question, our purchaser so much thing to adjust. It will be good that 3 column. The last column always is the net amount. Clear what I'm saying? Singing? That means after you plus and minus all this column, these 2 column normally is a detail column. Clear for that? And this one normally is a subtotal. How to know which one to put? Which one to put in? Okay. How we know which one to put in? You mean this one or the number? For the first, okay, the number. Okay, the number in this one, I put in the remark here. This column put the year amount. That means individual account amount. Okay, and then this last column normally is the net amount. Last column, net amount or subtotal. So far clear? This one is to subtotal. Plus minus the net put into here. Yes. In the last column, as I say, if you want to put these two into here, that is fine. Then this net will be in here only. This column don't have. But normally for a revenue, okay, the revenue, the revenue part, we can put last column in here. That is fine. But last column is a subtotal. Subtotal means that you plus minus all. You, like example here, to find this cost of sale, you take this inventory plus net purchases minus the closing, so you get this net amount put into here. This is normally referred to the net amount for the each section. For the each section, that the subtotal amount. Get it? What is actually is a subtotal for individual section. Can singing? Okay, about the column where to put. Okay, in case. Okay. Wait, let me see. So the second column is a subtotal for the sub column. You say that about the second column. The second column, yeah, example this one. Why I need to put in here? Because I want to plus minus this all amount and show the net purchase is how much. So that's why my detail in here already. And then my subtotal is referred to these two. These three items in here. You notice or not? Get what I'm trying to do? Okay, now next is that now come to the expenses. I didn't put into the first column already, because my gross profit in here, I don't need to put into here, because there is nothing to put into, because this is all same category, all under expenses. So all my amount I will put into here. I will put into here for individual expenses. But my working, let's say example, like this motor vehicle. This motor vehicle basically got the adjustment. Where is the adjustment just now? This one. Okay. So, because in the exam, you don't have the time to do separate working. So, all your working, you put behind the detail. Like example here, I put into here. In the real exam, you don't have the time like do this all nicely. What you're going to do in all this working is when you read this information, you put a remark somewhere here already. You write somewhere information in here to calculate plus minus and what is the net amount. So that this all you won't do on the proper worksheet. All do it at the side in order to get make sure the time enough for us to prepare. So what we got to do is come to all the adjustment that we have calculated. Okay, when come to presenting it, we will put beside the detail. The example, I want to show that how I get my motor vehicle expenses. I get 13,600 times 3 divided 4. So this is my net amount that I want to recognize for my motor vehicle. So because sometime in the working, all the working get marked. So depending on the mark they allocate. Okay. So it's good to show your working beside your detail. Okay, next is that this is bank interest. Other than that, always remember depreciation amount. Like example here, wages got adjustment. You have to take note. Be careful. Adjustment. This all the adjustment. You must take notes for it. And then come to the depreciation. Depreciation, always remember, don't go and take the depreciation amount in here. The provision. This provision is referred to the statement of financial position, not the income statement amount. So the income statement amount for depreciation, always from the calculation here. So now what I'm going to do is, since I calculated in here already, oh my God. Okay. Since my depreciation, I already calculated. So I want to save time. So I just put into here. And don't write provision. Write depreciation. Because provision is the statement of financial position. depreciation for motor vehicle, and I show my working how I get my amount that I wanted to put at the column in here. So if in case your this not enough space, what you got to do is you have to enlarge it a bit. Okay, in the exam, depend if your handwriting is that kind of very big handwriting, then in this case this amount had to put at the next row of the depreciation. If your handwriting is small, so that you can write beside of it. So depending on your working, but so long as you show the working, then it will be good already. Depreciation for feature and fitting. So take this amount times show your working beside it or next row of it. Show individual, whatever adjustment that you need to make, try to put beside of it in your working, so that at least people know that how you get the number from. Sometimes it's 2 mark, then you get 2 mark. Okay. Other than that, what else the information that we have? Carriage, inward, okay, motor vehicle, office, and what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Still got bank loan. Your bank loan amount in here, and your this bad debt. Your this amount irrecoverable debt. Your this irrecoverable debt, and then your this provision for doubtful debt. So these two irrecoverable debt, and then also increase in provision for doubtful debt. Okay, last one is your bank loan. My bank loan interest is already taken. Let me see what else that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total have 10 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, total all in already. So what your job to do is later on after your class, you have to find the amount and put into here. Okay, the individual and then the subtotal. The last will be your profit or the losses. Profit year. Okay. Okay, I will just put in the profit amount. So later on you'll calculate yourself. 71200. So this question considered done for the income statement. But they ask for the appropriation account. They say that income statement and appropriation account. So in this case, we got to continue. Okay. So this amount we just put based on the appropriation account format. You must how to say, memorize the format, because this is a fixed format. It won't change. Interest on drawing, because this is income to the partner. Who is these two partner? These two partner is Chan and Fong. Okay, so Chan is on the calculation that you put into here, you calculate and put into here, and then Fong. So all this working that you make on top here, you can copy it down beside the detail of Chan, beside the detail of Fong. And then next is that same thing, you only need to put into these two columns, because that in here you don't need, because you just want to subtotal and put into here. So all the subtotal amount put into here. Next is after that you less interest on capital. So your interest on capital, same thing, because we have done the calculation. You just show calculation beside here and then get the total amount. put into here. Okay. Next is that you have partner salary. Partner. The format are same. It won't be changed for the appropriation account or income statement. It's just the number difference. Okay. Who get the salary? Okay. Fong get the salary. So Fong. So the amount, because Fong is only one person, straight away put into here. Don't go and put into this and then put into here again, because only one person. If you have more than one person, then you calculate the subtotal. If you one person, don't need to do. Straight away put into the last column. So the next will be your share of the profit. Okay, so this is your share of profit. So share of profit. If you get positive, then it's a share of profit. If you get negative, it's a share of loss, depending on the situation. So your share of profit, based on the working, show your working, okay? Show your working, how you get for the Chan, how you get for the Feng. Because I think first question we do have the working in here. I want you all to try yourself for the second question. Okay? Please do it after the class. Don't next week come in and then no, we didn't prepare anything again. Okay, so the working, you can refer to this, how to present on it, the working. So last, you get the amount and then consider done for your appropriation account. The next question they ask is, did they ask anything? Let me see whether they got asked a statement of financial position or not. Okay, the next question, they ask for the current account. So how are we going to prepare our current account? So here you have current account. Okay, this question they don't need you to put the date, because they didn't prepare the date column. So we just start from the detail. And okay. And then another next column. Okay. So all this amount, where you get information from? From your beginning of the year, current account, both also in the credit. The position for the current account. If I'm not mistaken, this question also asks for current account. So this format, drawing, interest on drawing, balance brought down, interest on capital, share of profit, all this information can be utilized in here. I will put in the format based on this question, the number you find yourself. Okay, balance brought down, and then interest on capital, share of, you have partner salary first, salary, partner salary. Where is this information gathered? You can get it from your appropriation account. If your appropriation account in here calculate correctly, basically this account will be fine. Okay, so partner salary, share of profit. This question got the interest on loan. Interest on loan. Your interest on loan, which is, who is the partner? Bank loan or partner loan or what? Oh, sorry, this one is not partner loan. This is a bank loan. Bank loan, then no. Because if you have partner loan, then you have to put into it. But this is not. Okay. Now here in your debit side, you have the drawing. you have interest on drawing. Your drawing is from your trial balance. Your interest on drawing, you can get it from the appropriation account. And this question slightly different. They got the salary, which is in the information number. Where's the salary? This one, information number 4, half paid. So in this case, this account, you have wages and salary, which is the adjustment made. So this one basically is a full salary. This is a salary adjusted. Okay, so this one only half. So in here you put 10,000, but in here you put 5,000. So the difference balance carry down. Your balance carry down can be debit side or credit side, depending on which side is more. If you have this side more and this side credit more, then your balance carry down will be in here. And take notes that make sure balance carry down, balance brought down, always settle it side. Complete the information. Debit and credit must be completed. These two and these two must be the same. So far clear about the current account? Can Okay, the next one, they ask for preparing the statement of financial position. To prepare the statement of financial position, the format given in here and some of the notes that I already put into here, which I want you to take notes. I want you to prepare according to this format. 3 column, statement of financial position, you must have 3 columns because you need to put cost, accumulated depreciation, and net book value. Format presentation similar to this question. So I will not do this statement of financial position one more time. So this question consider is your homework. Okay, now moving to the next question. Okay, wait. Teacher, can you do one more example of current account later? Okay, can later. Let me do this one. This one is related. Give me a minute. Okay. There is an IGA in partnership. The partnership agreement states that they share profit and loss in the ratio 3:2. So, share of profit. D and E is 3:2. Next is that interest on capital allowed at 5%. So, interest on capital is 5%. And then how much our capital? Our capital for D 40. So in this case, D will get 40,000 times 5%, which is how much? 40,000 times 500, 2,000. Okay, and then E is another 40,000. So same capital amount. This is for E. IGA is entitled to a salary 12,000 per annum. So IGA partner salary for E is 12,000. Okay, the following balance will extract from the book on 31st July. So this is all the information that we have. Same thing, this one is your financial year. Okay, on July to, okay, here I need to highlight a bit for the bank loans. You notice that here they are repayable 31st March 2015. and you are preparing the financial year 31st July 2014. 31st July 2014 to 31st March 2015. This one basically is less than 1 year. Okay. If less than 1 year, in this case, you need to treat this bank loan as a current liability. Okay. Your bank loan is current liability. So be careful for this question. This one is slightly different with the other two because this one, let's see the bank loans. Is there any issue on the bank loans? Bank loan 2016, the financial year. Okay, this one is more than 1 year. Okay, so that this is non-current liability. But this one is less than 1 year. So this bank loan in here, 40,000 is a current liability. So the rest, what else to take notes? Okay, same thing. Bank interest paid 1,006. Bank loan interest. Okay, this amount should be recognized under the income statement for expenses. Okay, so this amount take 40,000 times 8%. You get, let me count, 40,000 times 3,002. 3,002. So this is total amount to be recorded under the expenses. But the amount that we paid only 1,006. So you have an accrued bank loan interest. So this amount you will recognize in the SOFP, current liability. Under account, other payable, which is the amount is how much? For 3,200 minus 1,006. So we get 1,006. So this is the amount for the accrual. Okay, the next is that, what else to take note? Let's see. Okay, we look into the additional information. Okay, number one, inventory was valued end of the year. That means number one is a closing inventory. Closing inventory. Okay, which is 3411. Okay, the next one, number two. Other operating expenses prepaid. Same thing, your other operating. When you see prepaid, you have to minus. So other operating expenses, prepaid. So this amount, 1,008. It will appear in your statement of financial position under the current asset, under the other, and your amount for the other operating expenses, this one for the income statement under expenses. So you have to take your amount in the in your this one, other operating expenses. Here is 6,350. So we take 6,350 minus 1,008. So we get 4550. So this is the amount you should recognize under expenses. Number 3 information. Number 3 information, rent receivable of 1,500 was outstanding. This is the income. Rent receivable. This is the other income. So other income outstanding. That means that one of your tenant didn't pay you. This is your asset. So this rent receivable outstanding. So in here, this is under your SOFP. This one, it will be current asset. Under what section? Under account. Under which account? Other receivable as well. So when you later on prepare your income statement, take note that you have two amount for this to be put into the statement of financial position, current asset, other receivable. Then next is to calculate your rent receivable for the income statement under other income. So you take your, how much your other income? 3,500 and your trial balance plus your additional information 1,500. Okay, so your total will be 5,000. So this is the amount that we have for the rent receivable to be recognized under other income. Next, depreciation to be charged on all non-current assets owned at the end of the financial year. An appropriate amount to be charged on the leasehold building which are held on the 25 years. They say appropriate amount, but how we know what is appropriate? We see this one is 25-year lease. Asset under the lease, you need to calculate according to the lease year. So for your depreciation, number 1, leasehold building. Your depreciation calculation will be taking leasehold building. The cost is 75,000, and you divide how many years? Divide 25-year lease. Okay, then you get 1 year 75,000 divide 25,000. So it's 3,000. So this amount is your depreciation for leasehold building. Number 2, motor vehicle at the rate of 30% per annum using the diminishing or reducing balance method. Reducing balance method, cost minus provision times the percentage. So your motor vehicle will be, the cost is 40,000 minus your provision is 10,000, and then after that times how many? 30%. So here 40,000 minus 10,000 times 30 divided by 100. So it's 9,000. Okay, and then number 3 information, feature and fitting. Feature and fitting. Okay, feature and fitting is 10% straight line method. So your cost teacher and fitting, your cost is 25,000 times 10%, so is 2,005. And then next, number 4. I need to highlight the accumulated depreciation later on in order to forget. Okay. For SOFP, provision for depreciation, which is your accumulated depreciation, you have to take the balance brought down in your trial balance plus your current year depreciation, which is from your income statement, to get your total equal to your balance carry down. So take notes because in order to forget. Now next, number 5. Trade receivable 4,005 are irrecoverable. So that means you have irrecoverable debt 4,005. Same thing if you have this additional 4,005 as an irrecoverable. So when you calculate your provision for doubtful debt, which is your balance carry down, so you have to take the amount in your here trade receivable. Where is the trade receivable? Okay, your trade receivable 39,500, and then minus 4,005, which is your bad debt in the additional information, and then times 4%. Okay, so we get, let's see, 39500 minus 400 times 4%, 1,004. So we get this one, 1,004. And to find whether it's an increase or decrease, so we have to know what is the balance brought down. So our balance brought down from the trial balance 1,009. 1,009 is the balance, and our balance carry down less than balance brought down. Okay, so in this case, we have in your income statement, you have other income, which is taking your 1,009 minus your 1,004, which is this one. You have other income 500. For your, this one is decrease in provision for doubtful debt. Okay, so far clear about this? Now next, on 31st Jan 2014, the partner has agreed to allow IGA to increase its capital by 20,000. IGA pay a check into the bank on, okay, in this case, our calculation, this number 6 information affecting our this interest on capital. Okay, let me put in this information. Okay. First August 2013, when is transfer the capital? 31st Jan. Okay. 31st Jan 2004. This one, how many months? This one, for 5 months, 6 months, 6 months. Okay, and then another 6 months from 1st Feb 2014 until 31st 7 2014. So this is another 6. Why we need to differentiate? Because the additional capital okay, from E is on 31st Jan 2014. So this one is the last day of January. So we start to count the interest from 1st Feb until 31st for this extra 20,000. The last information, this one. And by 20,000, that means the capital increase. So the capital from this period to this period, capital is equal to 40,000. But this one, capital is 60,000. So the calculation for this one, we cannot use in here. We have to use this information, these two information. So from this period to interest on capital, 1st August you did 40,000 times how many percent? 5%. After that, you have to times 6 divided by 12 because this is only half a year. So 40,000 times 5% times 6 divided by 12 times 6 divided by 12, 1,000. So this one is 1,000. Another entry, which is this period to this period, the capital amount is 60,000. So you have to times 5% times 6 over 12, which is 60,000 times 5 divided by 100 times 6 divided by 12. So 1,005. So these two amount total is 2,005. This for the IGA interest on capital. So take notes for IGA. It's not straightforward. It's additional work had to be done because of number 6 information. Same thing for this one. What are the income amount or whatever? I will just give you the format. Then you all have to do after the words. Okay? Let me put down this one. Only I go to the current account. This one is IGA. There is IGA income statement and appropriation account for the year ended 31st July 2014. Your revenue, okay, same thing, your revenue. After that, less your sales return. This question you have to find your own self, the information. And then next, same thing, less cost of sales. Okay, the information you notice that all the questions are keep on repeated, the detail, except the amount are different. Here you have opening, inventory, opening inventory. If you want to change to the date, also fine. Purchases. Okay, what else that we have for this one? Purchases, closing inventory, and then you get your gross profit. Okay, this question you have other income section. So this one, because just now we calculated, we have the decrease in the provision for doubtful debt. So this one is in here. Next is that, okay, let me put in also, decrease in provision for doubtful debt. Okay, your provision for doubtful debt is, okay, next is less expenses. You have other income. This question you have rent receivable. This one other income as well. Rent receivable. And then less expenses. So your expenses you have bank interest, bank loan interest, bank loan interest, and then you have heat and light other operating expenses, heat and light other operating expenses. And then next is that wages and salary, motor vehicle expenses. Wages and salary, wages and salary, and then motor vehicle expenses, motor vehicle expenses, and then rent. This one you have one rent receivable, one rent payable. Rent payable is your expenses, rent receivable is your income. So rent. Okay, what else? The information, depreciation. Okay, so your this depreciation, you have 3 depreciation. Depreciation for leasehold. So remember, don't go and put the provision, don't write provision into this. Just write depreciation. Depreciation for okay, so these 3 items. The next, your irrecoverable debt, and your, what else? Any more? Okay, no more. Okay, all taken care already. Let me count how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Total 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, all same. Okay, So the last part you need to do is find your profit for the year. If you get the bracket, you get negative, that means losses. If you get positive, then it's a profit. Next is that, because this question same thing, they asked to prepare appropriation account again. Add interest on drawing. So the interest on drawing is given in here. They say that no interest, where is the interest? Okay, miss out capital. Okay, this question don't have the interest on drawing. They didn't mention in here at all. So in this case, interest on drawing are 0. So we don't need to put this on because no information. We straight go to less interest on capital. So your partner is Darius, and also the, who is that? Iga. But show your working how you get the number for these two. And then next is your salary partner salary. So partner salary, who get it? Partner salary, get it. Iga get it. Iga. Okay, next is that no more other thing. Okay, the next will be share of profit. So your share of profit, show your working how you get the amount to be shared among these two partners. Okay, next one, the current account. Okay. Here, same thing, current account. They want to put in the position for it are fixed, which is, let me see, where is the current account? Okay. Just now, Diana asking how to prepare the current account. So current account, the position are fixed. Your balance brought down can be debit side, can be credit side. But this question, both in the credit side. Same to your number 2 question. They also have the balance brought down in the credit side both. Well, I'll come to the third question. Third question, their current account also both in the credit side. So you don't have the debit. But debit can be happen for the current account. Okay? So I will use this question to fill in the number, since that we have most of the information already. Based on our calculation, the interest on drawing, which is on top here, interest on drawing, 300 and then 500. So 300, 500, 300, 500. So the total amount is 800. Next is that Chan for the interest on capital. 3,000, 2,000. 3,000, 2,000. So total this plus this. Okay. The share of the profit. First of all, the share of profit, how much? You all have to work it out. And then you times the ratio. The ratio is 2 to 1. Means that Chan will get 2 over 3. Whereas Fong will get 1 over 3. So this is the information. Come to the current account. Your credit balance brought down from where? From your trial balance. So this is from the balance. And this one, where you can get it from? All this information Yeah. Okay. All this information you can get from appropriation account. Look into your appropriation account. Example, interest on capital for Chan is how much? Chan is interest on capital 3,000. So put 3,000 here. And then for Fong, Fong is 2,000. So put 2,000. It fall from the appropriation account. And then your partners who get the salary? Let's see. Fong get the salary. Okay. In this case, Fong get the salary. You have to find what is the salary for the Fong and then put into here. This one don't need to put. And your share of profit, where you get from? From your this working that you calculated. So Chan, and then this amount. So you have to calculate and put into here. Whereas this information, where is it from? From your trial balance. Okay. And this one, because this is the error adjustment. So this is unlikely happen, but it's happened. That means you have to do on it. This is something that not standard. Seldom in the question come up, but because this question they got adjustment, so we have to put into here to show how much that we need to transfer. This error adjustment can be here, depending the situation. So this one is in the debit side. Whereas your interest on drawing, basically same thing from appropriation account. This one is from appropriation. So after that, you calculate the subtotal for both. See which side is more, then you will have balance carried out the other side. So far, Diana, clear for about the current account? Okay. Xinyi, okay, we move on. Xinyi? Yeah. Now here, because basically the reason why I choose a similar question, because I want you to keep on practice until you're very familiar with the format. Because these 4 questions are very complete format. The number only change, format are there. So information have given up to here. Then you find what is your share of profit. So the next step you need to do is prepare your current account, similar to your question 1 and question 2. Last, statement of financial position, you can refer to the first question, how to present the statement of financial position. Okay, I want you Lily try out. Okay, now the last question, same thing, similar format. I will just highlight those key things. Lee and Yang are in the partnership, sharing profit and loss in the ratio 3:2. Interest is allowed on the capital at the rate of 4% per annum and is charged drawing at 10% per annum. Partner entitled to the salary, Lee 8,000, Yang 5,000. So what are the information that we see whether, okay. This account is 2016 and they're going to be repayable in 2021. So that means this bank loan is a non-current liability. Okay, what else? Same, they have the bank loan interest paid. So you want to find the interest on bank loan. This one to be recognized in the income statement for expenses. So you have to take the, how much? 12,000 times 5%. So you will get this amount total to be recognized, 12,000 times 5%, 6,000. So this, remember, 6,000 is your expenses. Whereas this amount paid, 4,000. So the differences under your SOFP, you will have one account, other, current liability, under the other payable. So you have to plus, and you have to take 6,000 minus amount paid, 4,000. So this amount you have to recognize as other payable, current liability, 2,000. So the rest basically, be careful. This bank is in the credit side. So when bank credit means that this is the current liability. So far, okay? Okay, next move on now. See what are the key things that need to take note. A sales of goods made on credit on 26 has not been recorded. In this case, number 2, you be careful. Your double entry is debit, trade receivable, and then credit sales. Your account, I believe they asked to prepare income statement. Your account for revenue, your revenue amount, you have to calculate how much of it before you put final. This one because sales. And your trade receivable also, because this is on credit, purchase sales on credit. So double entry, debit, trade receivable, credit sales. Next is that number 3, marketing expenses were accrued. As I said, number 3, when expenses accrued, you have to plus into trial balance to find as total expenses. Okay, when you have expenses prepaid, so expenses prepaid, you have to minus from trial balance to find net total expenses. Okay. Here they say number 4, the partner's salary have been paid to Ling and Yang. This has been posted to the wages. Same mistake. You have to do the reversal. Debit current, because it's already paid already. So debit current account, and then credit wages and salary, because this is a partner salary. Next is that office fixture cost 5,000 and with the accumulated depreciation has been sold for 2,000. This is a disposal account. So I open the simple disposal account. Disposal account. Based on the information in here, they say that the cost is 5,000. That means your this debit side office fixture, and the amount is 5,000. This is a cost column. The position for disposal are fixed. Cost always in the debit side. And then accumulated depreciation, which is your provision for depreciation. $3,000. Okay, next is that has been sold for 2,000. That means bank amount 2,000. Okay, a check was received on 20th August. no entry has been made, have been recorded in this book. So in this case, what you need to do, you have to put through all the journal entry for your this amount. So your double entry will be debit. Okay, I put the information journal entry here. So this all the journal entry later on affect your calculation. Take notes for it. So debit disposal, credit office feature, debit, credit, 5,000, 5,000. So I already prepared the account, but since they say they are not, this no entry have been recorded in this book, in the book. So that means this all the transaction we have to put into it. A check was received on, no entry be made for the book. Then your this provision, and the amount is 3,000. 3,000. So he's talking about the double entry. The next one, debit bank, credit disposal, 2,000, 2,000. Okay. Now here you notice that both also having the same total. Your this debit and your this credit having the same amount. So in this case, you don't have gain and also don't have the loss. No gain or loss on disposal of non-current asset. So take notes for this one. So basically, this is the entry that you need to go through, affecting your office, affecting your provision, affecting your bank. Okay. Okay, next, move on. Okay, number 6. Depreciation to be charged on the non-current asset owned at the end of the year as follow. Building at 2%, the building have a cost of 100,000, no depreciation charge on the land. So this information, you must take note that when you calculating your depreciation, your number one, building, you have to take the building cost 100,000 times 2%. Don't go and include the land. Land no depreciation to be charged. So 200,000 times 2 divided 100, 2,000. And then number 2, we have computer equipment using the diminishing. Same thing, computer equipment, which is taking your amount 60,000 minus computer 20,000 and then times 30%. So here so this amount is 40,000 times 30 divided 100, 12,000. Okay, next is that office feature. Office feature. Office feature is 20% straight line. So your office feature 35,000. But in here, office feature, we have one disposal. So we have reversed 5,000. In this case, we have to minus 5,000 before we times 20%. Because asset disposed, no need to calculate depreciation. So 30,000 times 20%. So 6,000. So far clear about this, all the minor thing that you need to take notes. So next is that 7. Trade receivable include a debt of 4,000, which is considered irrecoverable. And same story again. You have irrecoverable debt, which is amount to 4,000. And then your provision for doubtful debt, which is you have to take notes that take your trade receivable 69200 minus 4,000 and then times 5%. So you will get your this amount 69200 minus 4,000 times 5 divided by 100. So 3260. So this is the amount that we have for the carried out. This is carried out amount. So to find your income statement, whether it's a income or expenses, we need to check balance what down beginning year. Balance what down? Where is the provision? Provision for doubtful debt 2,000 here. So beginning year is 2,000 and now is 3,000. So that means definitely is expenses. So this is the expenses. So the expenses is 3260 minus 2,000, which is 1260. So this is expenses for the increase in provision for doubtful debt. So basically all the calculation I have given to you. Okay. I also given to you the two format about how to present the income statement. So far clear with it? Because the last one, I don't want to prepare income statement. I want you to try after the class. Working have given. Okay, now the next thing, we still got time. What I need you to do is, because now it's only singing, you can do on the screen because Diana is not. So I save this file, I send over to you. Can you do on the screen immediately? Singing? Can Okay, give me a minute. I send to the group first. Yeah. Okay. Singing, I already sent over already. I need you to download it and then share on the screen. I want you to do the question number 2 because format have given only thing you need to find what is the number to plug in. Can you share? Okay, download and then open up the file on screen and prepare on it. Okay, start from the income, the revenue section. You have to start from the beginning, revenue section. On top, already given the format. See, go up, go up, go up, up, I only need you to put in the correct amount. Revenue, how much of it? Sales return, how much of it? Based on all the information that you have gathered. Okay, correct. Okay. How come you take the return is a 1 1? Okay, correct. Okay, good. Uh-huh. Cannot use some? Mm. Purchases return is minus, not plus. You have to minus purchases return. No. This amount you have to take purchases minus minus purchases return plus carriage inward. And then your inventory, closing inventory. Okay, good. Okay, now find your gross profit. Okay. Your office expenses, remember you got adjustment. Remember your office expenses, you got adjustment. You saw number 3 information. Office expenses 4,000 were prepaid. So prepaid had to plus or minus. Okay, good. Okay, next, selling expenses. How about uh, this, your adjustment for wages? Your original is how much? Your original is how much? Original is 80,000. Yes, correct. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. How much your partner's salary? Yes, correct. So how much your balance to be shared? How much your profit balance to be shared? Show your one amount, net amount first. Show your after 10,000, the net amount, how much? Ah, yes, correct. Show the net amount, how much? Take your profit for the year, add interest on drawing, minus interest on capital, minus salary. Take the total amount, take the total 5,000, don't take the 3,000. Ah, and minus 10,000. Okay. So calculate your share of profit. No, no, no. Share of profit, not the profit. Share of profit. Ah, divide by 3 times 2. Or times 2 divided by 3 also can. Can. Times 2 divided by 3 also can. Ah, okay. Okay, now move on to your current account. Your current account. 8 o'clock you got class, ah? I mean, so what is your balance brought down? Because this amount all, just now I link it to the appropriation account, so the amount will automatically appear after you put it in. So what is your balance brought down? No, the beginning year. Okay. And your debit side fill in all the number. Okay, good. Who you supposed to pay to and how much the amount, the adjustment? Look into your adjustment information. Yes, good. Now calculate your balance carried out. Okay, move on to prepare your statement of financial position. The first example in the first question that we have done. Okay, you can try to refer back to the first question that we did. Yes. Okay, basically the format are not much change. For the statement of financial position, not the format, not much change, the information. So you can basically rely on it. Three column needed. You need three column. How much your cost? Your header cost non-current asset. The first column put cost, second column, no. On same row with the non-current asset, refer back to the previous question, the first question. How is the presentation? You saw the non-current asset, I have put cost, accumulated depreciation. Same row, don't need to move. Don't need to move. Put cost, accumulated depreciation, and then net book value. Okay. So put in the amount that you think should be. So what is your cost for the how about your land and building? Your cost. You still have to put the cost, net book value and cost same amount because you got no depreciation. Okay. Remember I say accumulated depreciation? How to find your accumulated depreciation? How to find your accumulated depreciation? Look at your trial balance. Look at your current income statement. So much, how much your accumulated depreciation? $25,000 plus the income statement amount. Yes. Okay. Same to your feature. Okay. Subtotal the cost. Subtotal your feature and fitting. You have forgotten there's adjustment on it. The feature and fitting is not 28,000. Teacher, everything is how much total? Yes, correct. Okay, subtotal the cost, subtotal the accumulated depreciation. Okay, current asset. Okay, what are the item, the current asset? If you can't remember, go back to the first question. Normally, what are the item? Inventory, trade receivable, provision for doubtful debt, other receivable. Your trade receivable. Your trade receivable got adjustment, don't forget. How come? Yeah, my Your inventory is a closing inventory. Put into the second column. For inventory, put into the second column because you got nothing to adjust. Only trade receivable you put into the first column because you got the adjustment. So how much your trade receivable? Look into your last adjustment information. Last adjustment information, last number 7. Information 7. You saw that there is a bad debt. 7,500 and you take 55,000 minus 7,500. That is your new trade receivable, your net trade receivable amount. So put into the current asset. Take 55,000 minus 7,500. No. See, same. Put equal. First column. In the first column, put equal 55,000 minus 7,500. Show your net amount. Then your provision for doubtful debt in the same row, in the same column. No, your trade is your provision. Go to your question information 7. Take your balance carry down amount. Your balance carry down amount. Okay. Your balance carry down amount, you look at, go up to your 7, information 7. You look at your balance carry down amount. Which one is your balance carry down amount in the question information 7 that I've highlighted? You saw that I put 2,850 balance carry down, SOFP. That is the amount you should put into there. Take the balance carry down amount, not balance brought down. $2,850. Okay, now take your trade receivable minus your minus your provision. Put the net into the second column. Yes, put into there. Okay, minus. Okay, not yet finished. You still got other receivable. Okay, your other receivable, go to the additional information on top. Go up a bit. Okay, you saw that number 3 information, prepaid amount. What is your prepaid amount? Number 3 information. Office expenses. Okay, 4,000. Put into the second column. I think you need to undo it or drag it. Okay. Go to the second column. Put the amount 4,000. Okay, the next one is your bank. And your bank got adjustment, don't forget. Put into the second column also. Your bank got adjustment in your number 5 information. You have to minus 2,000. Minus 2,000. Okay, calculate your total. Put into the last column. Okay, add the non-current asset and current asset. And then write total asset. Okay. So now you consider total asset settled. The next row is capital and liability. Okay. Your capital, you have Chan and Fong. Put the name Chan and Fong. Okay. How much the capital? Look into your trial balance. $60,000, $40,000. Okay, subtotal, put into the next column. Okay, now the next is current account. Current account. Also same, Chan and Fong. Chan and Fong. Just copy Chan and Fong. And you recalculate current account. Just take the number from current account. Balance carry down, balance brought down amount. Okay. Okay, subtotal. And then add your capital and current account first. Add total, the current account and capital account. Okay, now the next section, non-current liability. You write 8% bank loan. 8% bank loan, which is from your trial balance. Because it's only one item, straight put into the third column. Okay, next is that current liability. You have two amount, trade payable and other payable. Trade payable, other payable. So your trade payable no change, just take from your trial balance. Put into the second column because you got two items in the current liability. $36,050. Okay, your other payable, you have two items. One is from your number 3 information. Another one is your interest on loan, the accrued amount. Heat and light accrued 750. So 750 plus the accrued bank loan. Plus accrued bank loans. Okay, go up to see how much your accrued bank loans. Go up, up, go up again. Go up further. Okay, you saw the amount, the bank loan interest, 7,000 accrued amount. So plus 7,000. Okay, get the subtotal, put into the first column, second column, 750. Move to the, okay, add subtotal. And now you can add your capital, non-current liability, and your current liability. Your total, take this, plus 200,000. Okay, so you saw the total amount same, 399,000. So that means this account is correct. Okay, so we got to end in here. I need to go, I really late for the next class already. So I will end in here first. So your save it, after that share into the group. I will need to